The event industry is growing. It's crazy how it's so attractive as a career destination. That's why I'm visiting right now with Tracy Fuller from Event Heroes. Tracy, congratulations on being one of the players in the event industry. It's really going very well.
Thank you. Yeah.
Tell us what's happening in it. What is driving the growth and what's really going on these days that wasn't going on 5 or 10 years ago?
Well, it seems like everybody wants to get in the event industry. We have a lot of fun in the industry, but it's a lot of hard work.
Is it?
We see a lot of young people coming out of college now. It's gotten to be such a great industry that the colleges now have degree programs.
Really? So it's like a business specialty of some sort?
It is.
Wow.
Absolutely.
So major credibility there with the industry.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Well, if I went to a business conference right now, what would I see that I would not have seen 10 years ago? What's going on? Or is it the same old people just walking around in front of booths or
No.
something changed?
Everything is very interactive now for the attendees. The attendees need to be entertained. We have a shorter attention span.
Oh, yeah.
And we really need to speak to that as an event planner.
Yeah.
So everything's very interactive. There's a lot of networking going on.
Yes.
Things like that. It's amazing.
And I want to talk about the networking because, in the era of the internet, we all know that, and we all have our quote-unquote friends on Facebook or whatever. It seems, however, this is counterintuitive, that the important conversations really are in fact taking place at these events, the really substantive ones. Tell me about what's going on there.
Absolutely. There's nothing more important than networking with someone at an event, having a real conversation, setting down. Everything can come out of that. New ideas, new technology,
Right.
businesses, all kinds of stuff come out of that one-on-one.
Yeah.
The other thing that is really, really important is that it's an opportunity for the brand
Yeah.
to really
Present itself. Yeah.
and be memorable to the attendees.
Because it's experiential. When you're in an environment like that, there is some emotion.
Absolutely.
There's energy, there's vibes, and that can attract you to a specific brand.
It can.
The Generation Y, the millennials, they're always talking about participation. They want to be in it and experience it. How is that affecting the conference industry?
Well, more and more, we're making sure that we include the attendees into the experience themselves.
This is
so they
huge.
become a part of creating that whole event and making it really happen for them.
That is an incredible thing, that they're actually contributing to the programming and to the content, and that's an amazing thing. And what else? You mentioned there's a 360 concept that's related to this, right? Where it's all happening kind of around you rather than in a linear fashion in front of you?
Yeah, it's total immersion.
Yeah.
So you can walk into a ballroom and be in an absolutely different place, and that environment can change several times during your event.
Yeah.
So you could be in a hotel room now, and you could be outside under the sea in the next with some of the technology that's out there.
When things are so fluid and potentially changeable, they're exciting, but it's a great way to roll out a new product or a new service by saying, hey, look, here's a new environment, we're doing something different, and here's our new product.
Yeah, brands are using events over and over to achieve that goal.
Now, if somebody wanted to get into this industry, what kind of a track or path do they have? What should they be considering or looking at if they're saying, God, that'd be kind of fun to be involved with? What kind of people do this?
Well, anybody that loves events. You may have started as just a wedding planner or doing birthday parties for the family, and you think this is really where you want to spend your time. Well, there's education out there. Event Heroes is one of the education systems.
Yeah, that's what I understand. And that's kind of unusual. You're a natural trainer. How many years have you spent in the industry?
Actually, I've been in the industry for 30 years
30
now.
years. Oh my goodness. What's the number one lesson that you could pass on to somebody who says, I'd like to be kind of like you and be in the business and so on? What's the one thing that you would suggest to that person that would really, enliven and animate their career?
Can I give you two?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Give me two.
So the very first thing is you have to be flexible. You have to be able to make decisions on the run. Keep your attitude happy, be able to stay calm. That's the most important. The second one is wear 2 different pairs of shoes on the day of the event.
That's a great suggestion.
Yes.
That's a great idea. Because you do have to do a lot of detail work, but you also have to do a lot of creative and schmoozing and so on. Tell me a little bit about that. I mean, what if I'm not great at selling, but I really like organizing? Can I still be in the business?
Absolutely, you can still be in the business. team up with somebody that knows how to sell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's one way.
That's a great idea.
You don't necessarily have to be a great salesman. You have to be very, very detail-oriented to be an event planner.
That's right. And if you can do that and coordinate all those details, eventually you will create a miracle.
Yes, absolutely. Or magic.
Right. I mean, things that just people didn't think could happen.
Right,
And that's
right.
really, there's an allure there.
Yes.
That's almost hard to describe. Tell us, as we go out here, Tracy Fuller, about Event Heroes now. You've got this training platform, and there's a lot of things that go into it. Briefly, tell me what is involved.
So Event Heroes will help you understand what needs to take place from the time you get a client or receive that phone call until that event is completely over with and you're planning the next one.
Wow.
That's one element.
And this is like a 1 year or 2 year program?
It's a 1 year program.
1 year program. And all of this, they get to learn 30 years worth of work in 1 year.
We're going to hold their hand and make sure they don't have to go through the ups and downs and all the bumps and bruises that we had.
Yeah, because I've seen some things go awry at events before, and I wouldn't wish them on anybody.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling graduates of your program aren't going to have to worry too much about that. Just one more piece of advice to anybody who's thinking about maybe I should get more involved with events or have more events. What are your thoughts about the future of the event industry? Anything in particular?
Only growing.
Yeah?
It's only growing. A couple of years ago, it was 300,000 people in the event industry. Now it's around 700,000.
Really?
So we've got a lot of growth. We want to make sure that the event heroes, the event planners, who could be event heroes, that are showing up to do these events, create the wow for their clients, and do awesome events. So it makes the whole industry better.
Thank you for joining us. And that's a perfect segue. Thanks for watching Wowbiz TV as well. I'm Lynn Hinderaker. We'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.